Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series of containers for beginners, and in today's video we are going to talk about the agenda. So this would be the first video in which we'll talk about all the topics that we are going to discuss in this course. So this would be a very short video in which we'll discuss only the agenda. So guys, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing would be the agenda, in which the first and the foremost thing we'll talk about is the microservices. Now we're going to explain in the first video is what exactly is a microservice, and we'll talk about the introductory part. Then we'll talk about the advantages, what does it bring to the table, and then disadvantage, why should we not use microservices and why should we use them. We'll talk about that. So the first video we're going to drop will be of microservices. After that we'll dive into the containers. So why do we need the containers, and the introductory part of that, we'll talk about the importance of it and how do we use them, and a little bit around the containers. And then the important topic for this course would be container platforms. So there are few particular platforms which is known as container platforms. We are going to talk about that in a separate video, and then we'll talk about the most awaited one, which is the container orchestration. We'll take, I guess, Kubernetes in this and a little bit around that. All right, next we're going to talk about the Docker part. Again, we'll start with the introduction. We'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of Docker, and then all about Docker in terms of concepts, in terms of key terms, in terms of installation. You can either use a Linux machine, you can use a Windows machine. We'll talk about Docker, all of these concepts in this video. All right, and then we'll talk about the cloud containers. So cloud containers, basically AWS has its own, which is known as ECS. Azure has its own, which is known as AKS, that is Azure Container Services, and then Google has Google Kubernetes Service, which is GKE. So these are the cloud containers that we are going to talk about. So guys, if you're new over here and have not subscribed my channel yet, kindly do so, because that would really help me to create more videos for you guys. All right, so the next video that we are going to drop would be of microservices, as said. So guys, let's stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.